In this video, we're going to try to answer a lot of the questions we had from potential participants to our seminars or others that are searching on the internet for information regarding project management standards versus methodologies versus tool versus certification program versus different organization. What we're going to try to do is to get an overview of the market in project management, a quick overview, let's put it this way. We're not going to get into the detail, but at least my goal is to have you being able to decide after this video which area you should focus first and second and third, and you have a better idea also between PMI, Prince2 or APM or PMBOK or ITIL and all of these things that are flowing around, so you know which one you want to focus. But to do that, let's first understand here the different players, the building blocks that exist regarding project management in the market right now. And it's very important that we sort that out right from the start, because you're going to get confused as you're going to be looking at the different books or different standards or different frameworks that exist. So let's understand the building block first. So number one, there is the standards, and the standard is a framework that defines what needs to be done. Typically, a framework in project management, it will be the same whether you're doing a project in for IT, or you're doing a project for supply chain or construction, or even a wedding. The foundation, what defines what needs to be done, is the same. Okay, and we call that framework. So, for example, PMI, PMBOK is a framework, but we'll sort out all the other standards that exist in a minute. The difference between the standard and the methodology here to find how you're going to do the work, and it's usually a step-by-step approach where they're going to go beyond just this is what you should have, but I'll say this is how you should do it. And the methodology, there is many out there, and there in the methodology, then you're going to see a lot of difference between a methodology to do an IT project or a software development versus construction project, or versus a pharmaceutical project or other type of project which might have their own methodology. So many methodologies will be tailored or fitting more the sector or the type of project, while the standard will be at the base. But usually you try to have a linkage between the methodology and the framework. You try to have a connection between what needs to be done and the how should connect. And then on top of the methodology will come some processes, some tools, some techniques that will be part of the methodology depending of the type of project you're working on. So for example, processes, you might have like a way of process to do some business case, for example, or feasibility study. While the tools, you might have a Microsoft project, which would be one of the tools you might be using, right? Or the techniques might be a VAV techniques for you to find some opportunities, or it may be a kind of a Ishikawa type of techniques to help you find root cause on certain problem you might have. So the point is, we need to sort that out, because some operators or some organization work at the standard level, others work at the methodology level, and or others works at the process tools and technique level. Also, there is certification at standard, certification at methodology, and certification even at the tool levels. So let's show all of the potential players that there is in the market, and let's position them and let's organize them and let's see where they fit, and let's see what the certification that exists in order for us to be able to understand better what we should do as an individual and also from an organization perspective. So first, let's discuss if, as an individual that is looking to improve its knowledge in project management, you will be looking first at a framework. You need to connect at a foundation, the knowledge area, and that defines what needs to be done. At the standard level, there's not that many standards in project management. There's not that many organizations actually that are providing a standard. So the widely used is the PMI standard, which is the biggest organization in the world, is based in the US, and the standard is the PMBOK, the Project Management Body of Knowledge. And there's different level of certification, the CAPM, the PMP, and the PGMP, which is Project Management Professional, Program Management Professional, and the first one is the first layer of the Project Management certification. So that means what? That means this is the widely used. If you decide to go there, obviously there is training and certain criteria to be eligible to be passing the CAPM, PMP, and PGMP. So you have to look on their website what are the criteria. American, widely used. The other one that is also important is the IPMA, the International Project Management Association, based in the UK. And this one, the certification was developed in Europe and China. It is based on the APM experience from that we're going to see later on, the APM group. The general structure of the requirement is shown in the ICB, which is the IPME competence baseline. It is a skill-based more try to certification. When you're looking at their certification, instead of a competency, they will be looking more at the skill. So different layer of competency, level of competency, they got from A to D. Uh, Highest level is a certified project director. Then after that, just below you have the certified senior project manager, certified project manager, and then the lowest level would be the certified project manager associate. Again, this one is based in Europe. Less coverage, but in the world, but also is very important in Europe and also a bit in China too. Although the PMBOK is quite spread also in China too. Another one is the AIPM, which is the Australian Institute of Purchasing Management. They also have their own standards called the Professional Competency Standard for Project Management. And then they have different layer, also level of certification, starting from the qualified project practitioner, then the registered project manager, and then the last one, which is the master and project manager, project director. So a different layer, mainly focused in the Australia area, and so but also well mature in terms of standard, as it had been existing since 1976. So as long as the PMBOK, almost. So the APM is another one, and the last one that I've put there is the APM group, which is based in the UK too. I've put this Prince2 standard here. Prince2, there's a bit of debate going on, and I'm sure some of you will react and others will agree. Prince2, it could be seen as a standard, it could be seen also as a methodology. And actually, as you're going to see in my chart, I've placed it in both as a standard and methodology because it, to me, it defines what needs to be done and also goes beyond with the how-to. Uh, it is very one thing is I want to bring in is the APM group an organization that is managing certification program not only for Prince2 but for other type of programs that I'll be showing you in a minute that exist. For example, ITIL is one, and P3M3 is one, and there's others of the best practice. So Prince2 itself, there's two certification: foundation and practitioner, that are used, and again, you have to go to the APM to get certified for that one. And if you want to see the difference in terms of where do they fit and how do they compare between each other, here's a chart that was prepared, and that position here in the bottom on the x-axis, you're going to see the different job title depending if you are coordinator, project manager, program manager, senior program manager, and on the y-axis between specific and generic. If you could see here, Prince2, for example, is a more specific type of standard that will be focusing quite a lot on the IT side, but over the years it has evolved in other sector. While the IPME would be very generic, while the PMP and the PMI type of standard will be in the middle between the two. As you could see also on the y-axis, the IPMAA would be the director level with the